Welcome. So excited for you to be joining. We have some very special guests on here today who we're going to be talking to about their experience working with us here at SheEdits, where we provide the full range of scholarship services. You're going to hear from them in just a second. But if you also need help graduating debt-free, we would love to be there for you on your journey. We would love to be your guide, helping you all the way. So simply head over to SheEditsLLC.com, SheEditsLLC.com, if you would also like to be a part of this great SheEdits family. We provide the full range of scholarship services, everything from courses to coaching to a daily scholarship sent out. So we want to be the ones to help you also graduate debt-free. I'm so excited because we have Alexis Harrold and Jordan Harrold on here. They have both been SheEdits clients for a while now. And so I am going to let them do most of the talking, but I want you to kind of hear firsthand from a parent and also from a student who is well on his way to graduating debt-free. So tune in, get comfortable. This is going to be a great interview. Thank you, Alexis, for joining. Thank you, Jordan, for joining.
Thank you
So,
for having us.
Thank
yes,
you. Thank you.
absolutely. So Alexis, I want to start with you. So tell me a little bit about you, where you live, first name, and then give me a little insight into Jordan as well.
Okay, my name is Alexis Harrold. We currently live in the Houston, Texas area, but we are originally from Natchitoches, Louisiana. I have Jordan, who is in his second semester of college, and then I also have Joy, who is now a sophomore in high school. So she's coming up, and then we have their dad, my husband, Reginald, and then we have a dog named Cece. And so Jordan loves music. He loves to sing. He loves everything about singing. And so that's just a little bit about him. He is very nice and polite, mannerable, and makes exceptional grades all throughout high school and as well. And it's really, really off to a great start in college.
Awesome. I love that. So we're just going to dive into your experience with us as SheEdits. But how long had you been going through the scholarship process with Jordan before you started working with us, or had you started at all?
I had started. I unfortunately waited until Jordan was a senior. Like school had already started senior in high school. And so I started that process when school kicked off in August of 2022. And it was absolutely overwhelming. And so it was about 2 or 3 months before I transitioned to working with SheEdits. I think I started in October of 2022 working with them. But before that, I hadn't really done my due diligence or spent any time in the scholarship arena until he was a senior.
So then where did you learn about SheEdits?
Actually, my cousin, who I am forever grateful for, Wanda Cutley, her son Terrence graduated a year before Jordan, and she sent me one night that you were gonna have a workshop. I think it was on a Thursday night. She sent it to me like earlier that week. She tagged me in the Facebook public group and told me to make sure that I attended the scholarship workshop. And so that's how I first heard about SheEdits.
Thank you, cousin. I appreciate
Yes.
it. I love it because people will tag other people on our posts all the time, but I love that you actually followed through and took that initiative. So many people say they need help or want help, but you actually went through. So grateful to your cousin too, because you guys have gotten such great results, which we're about to dive into. But what was that determining factor that made you invest in SheEdits? And did you have any hesitations or drawbacks? I know sometimes people will wonder if we're a scam. They'll wonder if it's too good to be true. So what made you actually like bite the bullet and just go ahead and try us out?
I think I was already past the overwhelm part, right? So it's being a scammer or is this really going to work? Never crossed my mind because I was already overwhelmed. I was already to capacity. I was already to my max. But I think the deciding factor for me was after I looked at how much college actually cost. I mean, yes, I have student loans, so I know college is expensive, but actually breaking down each cost of attendance for the schools that Jordan was thinking about going to. And at the time, it was Texas A&M, which is expensive. And then it was out of state at LSU, which is also expensive. And I think the determining factor for me was when I was on the workshop call, and I think you said Stop focusing on 4 years. Start focusing on the first year or the first semester. Get the first year paid for, get the first semester paid for, and the rest will come. So I think that was the deciding factor for me.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favorite things to say, just in my like daily regular life, and then with scholarships too, just take it a day at a time, a month
Mm-hmm.
at a time, a semester at a time, because you're right. If you're looking at 4 years from now with anything, not just scholarships, but like trying to have everything figured out to the end 4 years from now, that's just overwhelming. So I'm glad that piece of it helped you. Um, and so you already kind of talked about the overwhelm and the stress that you were feeling. Why were you feeling so overwhelmed and stressed out with scholarships?
Because you go online and you search. First of all, you don't know where to start. Okay, let's start there. You have no idea where to start, but where do we always run to? The internet. So go to the internet. We're gonna type in scholarships, and we think, but I think I am gonna find all of these scholarships. It is like an endless rabbit hole of unsuccessful searches, and you have spent hours and hours and hours trying to find, number one, scholarships that are really valid,
Yep.
scholarships that cater to the child, and then scholarships that you can actually apply for. That part was just overwhelming, and I think I had searched for weeks, maybe even months by this time, and I don't think I had came across but maybe one scholarship that I felt was worth applying for. So I think that that's why I was so overwhelmed, because I wasn't getting any results basically.
Absolutely. That's what I hear all the time. It's just pages and pages and pages and pages and
Pages and
pages.
pages
And
and
it's like,
pages.
yeah, then it's like student loans can seem like the easy option, right? Because it's like you just fill out this one application, you get approved for the loan, you just move on, but
Yes.
you pay for that. So, yep, I get that. So let's get to the good news. So
Okay.
since starting, let's start with how many applicants, and Jordan, I'm gonna get to you too, because I want to hear firsthand, but since starting, how many applications do you think that you all turned in? Because you started work, it's currently what, March 2024. You
Mm-hmm.
started in October of 2022. So in that time span, about how many applications do you feel like you've turned in?
Probably not enough, to be honest, right? Not enough. So if you're listening, I will encourage you to stay the course, right? Or stay diligent. Things are gonna come, things are gonna happen to get you sidetracked, but make this a part of your everyday life. So if I had to think about it, probably 25 to 30 maybe, that we've actually turned in, whether they were essay or from something else, or like one organization has like 5 or 6 scholarships in one and you do one application. So I would probably say somewhere around
Yeah, no, that's way more than a lot of people do. So I love that. That's a great amount. And then how many scholarships has he won, and how much money has he won in total? Like if you add it all up.
there. So he's won, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's won about 5 scholarships throughout this process, which you think once you apply you're gonna get it, and it doesn't work like that. All
Yeah.
right, so patience, 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 I will say that. And so as far as money goes, I will say that to attend the college that he's attending right now, it's $43,000 a year. And so we didn't have to pay a dime,
Ooh.
and Jordan got a refund check. So the first semester, I think he got like $500 or $600. This time, I think he got maybe seven something. So that's about how much we've won. We've taken care of school, and so the bulk of these scholarships, except for one that was $10,000 scholarship, is good throughout his college career. And so for 4 years he'll get those scholarships. It's just that one that was 10,000 that is not renewable. And so listen, $43,000 a year and not
Okay.
having to pay a dime, that's how much money he has gotten so far.
That is amazing. Congratulations again. Glory be to God. I love that. Now I remember Alexis, this is one thing, that's why I love talking to y'all. Because I remember you would consistently post, he will have a scholarship plus interest. And you will always say that plus
Yes,
interest. And you will always have like so much faith. And then I remember like seeing those posts and then seeing him like start to win the scholarships to now he's getting refund checks. Like it's just so cool to me.
yes.
I love it.
I'm a firm believer that you can have what you say, right? And you gotta speak into existence what you want. And so I sent Jordan that scripture. How much he's that confession, how much he said it, I don't really know. But I sent it to him. And I believe that every single day, whether I posted it or not, that Jordan's education, and I'm talking about tuition, fees, meal plan, everything that pertaining to his education was gonna be paid for plus interest. So he needed a little bit of money back because there are things that kids need throughout college that they need money for. And so I truly believe that I posted it, but I also did the work behind it.
Yes. Oh, come on now. We could go into that all day, but I'm gonna
Yes, we could.
track, but but yeah, that's awesome. So what has been in your eyes, what has been the biggest key to his scholarship success?
The biggest key to his scholarship success, I'm gonna say, and this is not for cool points or anything, I'm being open and honest. Following the process that SheEdits has set forth is the biggest key to success. They literally map out what you need to do, right? And so I think investing in what you're trying to invest in. So Jordan and going to college is an investment, right? But you got to invest in that investment. And so I think going through the process, okay, you got to accurately do these things. These are the things you need to do. And then I know Jordan got tired of hearing me say this, but I would say we got to work on
Essays.
scholarship. We gotta do essays. We gotta work on scholarship. I would continually say that all the time, and it probably drove him crazy. But being consistent, and doing something towards that every single day.
Absolutely. I love that. Jordan, I saw your face when you was having flashbacks.
Yeah.
So you talked about the course and the process, and that's what we try to do. We not try to do, but we've really been intentional as a team. It's not just me. Like I will give glory to God and credit to my team all day long, but we've sat down and tried to figure out what is the simplest way, but yet the most like effective way
Mm-hmm.
to go through a journey. Like I don't want to just throw just a bunch of information at students. Like we try to have everything very strategic and in order. And then we have a lot of components, you know, in our, as I know you're aware of, but for those who may be watching, we have a course, but then we also offer coaching, and then we also send
Mm-hmm.
out a daily scholarship. And then we also have a library of bonus scholarship trainings and interviews. And we just do a lot of things. We have a lot of touch. Okay, but we have all of those things put in place. So students and parents actually have a game plan and they're not just continuing to feel overwhelmed with information. So, but anyway, so what was your biggest takeaway or the thing that was most beneficial for you within our program for your scholarship journey?
I think the thing that was most beneficial is narrow scholarships, right? Narrowing down the criteria that each scholarship has, right? Or that the kid may qualify for. I think narrowing that down to be real specific, that is catering towards whatever major that you're going or your ethnic background and things like that. So I think narrowing the scholarships. And then the other biggest thing takeaway that I have is just because you're in the program and you're getting assistance, you are not going to win every scholarship that you pay for. So
Yep.
patience is a virtue, and you still have to do the work. There is still work to be done. So that's probably the biggest thing for me.
And that's one thing I say in the workshop too. Faith without works is dead. Like you
Dead.
gotta put in the
Mm-hmm.
work. We'll give you the game plan, we'll give you the blueprint and the support, you know, but you do have to put in that consistent work. So I'm
Yes.
so glad to hear you confirm that. So what was your favorite part or the best thing about working with our team and working with our program?
I think the best part is working with Jessica.
Yes, I love
Because she
Jessica.
is a scholarship search guru. Like,
Yeah.
no, seriously. And I didn't even think about this. So, I just get in the habit of, okay, I'm requesting my scholarships. And she was like, hey, can you update the worksheet? Like, what was Jordan's grade point average for last semester? Anything else that Jordan likes to do? Any extra hobbies that he pick up? Anything else he like keeping it fresh so she knows what to look for. And so I think that was the best part for me, I guess, is taking the pressure off. And so she finds great scholarships. She puts them in a great order. There's a great format, but she also communicates, hey, I know this one is last minute, but it's way down at the bottom, and these are some things that you need to do. And so she highlights things that are about to come due. So that's probably the best for me.
Jessica, like the day I saw Jessica, I just saw her on somebody's random Facebook post. Like we had mutual friends, and I was like, she said she graduated debt free. So I DM'd her and I was like, hey, can I do an interview with you? And I was so impressed after the interview, just like her talking about her getting her 2 degrees debt free. I was like, okay, you want to come work for SheEdits? Because like I need you. That she's like, she's awesome. And so for those of you who may not be familiar with what Alexis was talking about, we have what's called the Plus package. And with that, we're able to go find scholarships for you and put them on a spreadsheet for you to apply for. So we'll do a lot of the heavy lifting on that end. And then it just makes it easy for you to go and put in the applications. And so, yeah, Jessica, I don't know where she'd be finding these scholarships. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good at hunting them down and stuff, but that is her niche. That's why she's so yeah, she's great. All right, a couple more questions and then we'll hop over to you, Jordan. So what advice would you give to other parents, Alexis, who are thinking about signing up, who are kind of on the fence? They don't know if they should invest the time. They don't know if they should invest the money. Don't know if they should sign up for the workshop. What advice would you have for them?
I have 2 tips of advice. One, just do it, right? We're wasting way too much time thinking about it. Just do it. And then the second tip is pay now or pay later. You're going to invest the money now. Listen, I'm not going to say that you're going to win $10 million in scholarships, but what I am saying is the possibilities are endless if you take the opportunity to do the investment. So I would just say, just do it.
Yeah, I love that. Come on. Oh, that's it. That's simple.
I like just do it.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm gonna be honest.
Go ahead, please.
I waste $100 a month. I can think of things I waste $100 a month on, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This is not wasteful. One of the biggest impacts SheEdits made on Jordan's scholarship process was not taking what they give you as the final say. Yep. So that was huge. I would not have learned that if I didn't invest in the course.
And can you talk about that a little bit? Like what your experience was like appealing and asking for more money? That's one of the things we talk about in the workshop, but I want everybody to hear firsthand what that was like for you and what results you got from that.
So, they're going to offer you money. It's just like a job. They're going to offer you something. And if you don't go back to counter offer, you basically getting what they give you. The bottom line is the school's objective is to get as many students into their school as possible without relinquishing so much money, right? And so SheEdits taught us about that number not being final, whether it's with a certain department or how to go back and negotiate, but be honest, be truthful, and be intentional about what you're doing. And so that was really, really helpful when LSU first offered Jordan a scholarship. The amount of money it was, I knew what to ask for. I was grateful, thankful. I'm not going to say that I wasn't. I was grateful and thankful for what they offered. But after attending the course, I knew that there was more. And then I knew how to talk the language and navigate in that space. So being able to go back and request more money, we end up getting way more than we thought we were. So now he's to the point where we didn't have to pay anything out of pocket, and he got something back. So that was really, really key, that people don't think about. It's not final. So make sure you go back and advocate for your child.
Awesome. I think that's a good mic drop to end with. I love that. Thank you so much, Alexis. Love it. I don't even have nothing to add to that. That's awesome. All right, Jordan, you too. So I'll ask you pretty much some of the same questions, but now I want to hear from the student's perspective. So for any other of your peers who may be watching this, any high school students, I know you're a college student now, but a few months removed from high school. So I would love for them to be able to hear kind of your journey. So I would love you just to introduce yourself, kind of talk about who you are, what you do in school, what your career goals are, and all that good stuff.
Hi everyone, my name is Jordan. I go to Louisiana State University. Go Tigers. My major is music education. But I'm also involved in about 3 choirs on campus. LSU a cappella choir, that's the top choir. I get paid to be in the Tiger Glee Club. I also participate in the gospel choir just for fun, and then I also get paid as a church job. It's We have tons of churches on campus,
Okay.
so I get paid there at St. Albans Cathedral. Um, and yeah. Um, Being at LSU is kind of like home because, as my mom said, we're from Louisiana. My grandpa lives in Baton Rouge. And I was really worried about finding my place at LSU because I was so far away from home, even though I had, one of my friends come with me. We had different majors. So I was really nervous about, finding my group. And it happened so quickly. I have so many friends. I still keep in touch with my other friends that I used to have, but just finding a community within the School of Music, the College of Dramatic Arts, just happened so quickly. So I do truly believe that I found my home at LSU, and that is partially and mostly thanks to SheEdits. So
Well,
thank you for that.
God, I love that. I love it. First of all, I love that you getting your bag. Jordan's in his bag, y'all. He's getting his money. I love that. That's amazing. And then just that you found your home with college, because I think that can be so stressful for students. Like there's so many colleges to choose from, and you don't know if it's going to be a good fit. You're kind of going into it blindly. And so I'm so grateful that you've been able to find your community, find your place, at least for the next few years. That's great.
Right.
Awesome. So tell us about you going through the scholarship process. So kind of what was that like in high school as you were going through that with your mom, and what did you what did you take away from that rather as you were going through that process in high school and even now?
So, like my mom said, we started the scholarship journey my senior year, and luckily for me, I got a lot of my credits taken care of already. So I was mostly in fine arts classes my senior year, not really core subject heavy my senior year. So, I had a lot of free time. However, whenever my mom would say scholarships, scholarships, you write those essays, I did not want to hear it. I did not want to hear it at all, but it's such uh, a weight lifted off of you when you get into college because we didn't have to pay anything. So when you're writing those essays and you're applying, just be truthful, the prompts, and just be true to yourself. And that's really what I thought about when I was writing these essays, is just staying true to who I am, and just being truthful about my journey and about my life and things like that. So just and also check your emails. Check your
Talk
emails.
about it. Yeah, I see your mom.
Check your emails
Talk about it.
because
I feel like there's a story behind this.
there is this 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 scholarship right here, this $10,000 scholarship. If if they didn't have my information, I probably wouldn't have gotten it because I was not checking my emails. It was check your spam. Your
Yeah.
spam. That's the problem. You check your spam because that was sitting in my spam like maybe for like a week or so, a week or two. But they texted me on my phone number, and that's we were on vacation. And I'm like, the $10,000 scholarship just sitting in my spam email. So
Man.
check your emails.
Oh,
Check
This
your
that's
is the true
hilarious.
story. Every
Yeah.
day I say, Jordan, you check your emails. Jordan, check your emails. Jordan, check your emails. Oh, mama, I check my emails. Then we're on vacation in Miami. He comes running in the front room, was like, Mama, guess what? Son, tell me the story. The people had to text him to see if he wanted to accept the scholarship because the deadline had either passed or it was on the day
Man,
of the
Jordan.
deadline.
Oh, that is funny. That happened to another student too. I mean, it's just sitting in her spam folder. And I can see why it would go to spam because it's like, you're talking about money, all that stuff be going to spam. But
But
I make sure to say
nowadays,
that in the course.
everything goes to spam. Even emails when me and you communicate back and forth, they go to spam. So check your spam. Good point, Jordan. Woo.
Thank you. I love that. That's real. That's real.
yes.
So I know your mom talked about it, but I want to hear from it to you too, from you too. So how many applications have you turned in since starting with She Edits, and then how many scholarships have you won?
Yeah, I think I wrote about I wrote quite a few essays. So like, but also not every scholarship is, essay writing. So don't let that scare you. Not every scholarship is essay writing. Some are very simple. So probably about, yeah, 20 to 30 scholarships. And I've won about yeah, five,
Mhm. Yeah.
4 or 5.
I,
Some with LSU, and most of them with SheEdits. And about, yeah, I only had to pay for, parking
yeah.
passes and things
Mhm.
like that. But tuition and fees, housing, everything, meal plan, everything was paid for.
That is incredible. I love that. I love that you put in so many applications, and then what this shows is that you do not have to win every scholarship. I think some people get so discouraged because if you apply for 30 scholarships and you won 5, that means you got 25 rejections. And that can take a toll on a lot of students, right? Where you just keep hearing, thank you for your application, thank you for your submission. Unfortunately, we're sorry to inform you. But I love that you kept persevering and kept pushing through. I only won
Mhm.
8 scholarships, and that was all throughout high school. Sorry, all throughout college. I applied for some in high school, but like total, by the time I graduated college, I only won 8, but that's all I needed to graduate
Mhm.
debt free plus get
Mhm.
refund checks because some of those scholarships that I won were really nice size scholarships. And so I love hearing it from you, that you don't have to win every scholarship
You
to
don't.
graduate debt free or to be on track for
Mhm.
graduating debt free. You just don't.
And one thing is you just have to believe that everything will be okay and you will be taken care of. Because that's even when I did get those, rejection, I'm just like, I have faith in God and my mother, and she edits that I will be okay because I have never been not taken care of like ever throughout my life. Everything has always turned out for the best, and so just having faith and just being calm about everything, and everything will be fine. But also, you can't put all of that, faith in other people. You have to work for it. You
Yep.
do have to work for it. However, don't let those, letdowns or rejections, bum you out
Yeah.
and add more stress. Just breathe and everything will be okay.
I love that. I love it, Jordan. Oh, that's awesome. You got a preacher on your hands, Alexis. I love that. So what was the biggest key to your scholarship success? I know you talked about like that consistency, those essays, and then what was your biggest takeaway from our course or our process or anything that we were able to provide?
My biggest takeaway is that there's always something that you can work on when writing those essays.
Mhm.
Whenever I finish writing my essays, I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. And then having people, revise it, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So double checking your writing, making sure that no little tiny little mistakes, always making sure that you are elaborating on ideas and topics you're writing about. But yeah, just knowing that there's always something to be revised and worked on is my biggest takeaway. And just like I said, have faith.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why named the business She Edits because originally I was going to help people edit their scholarship essays. That was going to be the whole business. I just know that the essay is what trips a lot of students up, and I know that
Mhm.
a lot of people aren't confident in their essay writing, and I love to write, and I feel like I have a good eye for writing. And so I wanted to do that. And so to your point, the essay piece is so crucial, and we provide assistance with that too, as I know we have right now currently 2 editors on our team, and that's just what they do. That's their whole role. Ashante and Janice, shout out Ashante.
Mhm.
But they help with the essays to get those
Yes.
up on par. So can you talk to that experience a little bit? I think you worked with Ashante, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
But what were some of the things she helped you with, and how did you grow after working with her?
Um, like I said, mostly she was like she would say, "How can you elaborate on this?" Or "Can you write more about this?" Or "Can you clarify this idea?" So that was my experience. Like I said, just don't just say, oh, I graduated from Clark High School and this is my experience there. Just go into how those experiences helped you
Love
or get to where you are and things like that. So that was my experience.
awesome.
I will, if I can add something, I will say when he first worked with Miss Ashanti and he got a scholarship essay back one that she edited. I mean, when he turned it in, he was high on the hog. But when she gave it back, he was like, oh, now I see. Now this sounds really professional. I do understand what they're asking me for now. So he began to understand it's not just sitting down and writing, okay, I deserve this scholarship for. He was it really enlightened him through that process.
I love that. Oh, you guys are awesome. This is great. This is why I wanted to talk to y'all because you just have great insight. And you've had a really good experience. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so Jordan, what was your favorite part or the best thing about working with us?
My best. Let me think about that. There's so many things. Uh, my favorite is that y'all don't change the essay or you guys
Yeah,
don't change the message that
mhm.
I was trying to portray. You helped the
Like
message come.
clarify it and bring it to
Yes,
life.
clarify.
Mhm.
Yes. They don't change your ideas. They don't change their message. They don't change they change your writing, but they don't change the what's the word I'm looking
I
for?
know what you actually like the heart behind it, like
The
what you're
heart.
trying
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to say, we don't change your story, or anything like that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's one thing because people will ask me, people used to ask me all the time, can you just write my essay for me? Can you just do it for me? No, we're not gonna cheat and no.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not gonna even be effective. Even if I decided to be like immoral and write the essay for you, it's not even going to have the same effect because it's not coming from my heart. I didn't live your
Right.
life. I don't have your experiences. And so, yes, we definitely help to edit it, clarify it, clean it up, help you think through your ideas a little bit more, but we absolutely want to make sure it's your voice coming through. And
Mhm.
so that's why even all these like AI tools, Chat GPT, those things are great for like brainstorming and they have their place. But when you write your essays, it does need to come from you.
Mm-hmm.
And so we definitely make sure to stick to that.
That's
Um,
true.
that. So as we're wrapping up, just a few more questions. So what was the biggest challenge during your scholarship process, Jordan? And how did you overcome it?
My, I think my biggest challenge was staying motivated to apply and to keep, writing essays because some essays do require writing the same kind of topic but rewording some of it. So you have to go back to your maybe old essays to pull motivation from, but just staying motivated was my problem, especially senior year of high school. You're
Oh,
finally at the finish line, so you just want to rest until graduation. But no, 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 no. Now you have to be prepared for your next 4 years of your life or wherever you're going after uh high school. It doesn't have to be to college, but just just staying motivated.
yeah. And did your mom help with that? Help you the days you weren't motivated, help kind of light a fire under you?
Yes, yes. But it also you have to think about it's your future.
Come on
It's
now.
not it's not your mom's future. It's not Miss Brianna's future. It's your future.
Absolutely.
So you have to think about in the long run, how will this help me? How will this uh you know uh m- what's the word how will this
I mean, like benefit, how will it
benefit me
Impact.
in college? Yes.
Yep, yep, that's
Yeah.
great. I love that. And so what advice would you give other students who are thinking about signing up or going through the process? So I know from the students' perspective, a lot of them are like, I'm busy, I have sports, it's senior year, I don't feel like doing this. Like, I have enough to think about with college applications and prom and life. And so what advice would you give other students who are kind of on the fence about going through this process?
Like I said, senior year is fun. Senior year is so much fun, especially if you got all your credits taken care of. Now you're just thinking about, like Miss Brianna said, prom, graduation, homecoming, all the other senior activities you got going on. But after all that's done, you still have life. You still have things you need to take care of. So just think about the long run. Think about life after high school. Think about life after graduation, what you'll need. Life is expensive. College is
Oh,
expensive.
boys.
So just staying motivated and thinking about how will these scholarships help me.
Yep. I love that. And then two more questions. So, sorry, I'm kind of going backwards, but just thinking again about like some of those rejections that you may have gotten. How did you handle that? Like, because I know that may have been discouraging, like when you would see some of those rejections. But what kept you like going for the next scholarship or trying again?
I know this is not the case for everybody. Everybody might not be as as confident in their faith as I am, but for me it was just nothing in my life has gotten me so down that I don't feel the need to not go on.
Awesome.
So I just kept thinking, okay, there's always something else. There's always something else to go after. There's always another scholarship out there. There's always something else that will be able to help me. There's always people around me that will be able to help me. So just having faith in your support system and also in yourself. Know your ability and know your strengths and be aware of your weaknesses. And just sum that all up together and just have confidence in yourself and your support system and everything you have around you and all your help that you have.
So good, Alexis. You did such a good job at raising this young man. Oh my goodness. I could get off on that because I have two sons. For everybody watching, I have two sons. They're only 4 and 2, but just like seeing, kind of getting a glimpse into, what they could grow up to be like, Alexis. I just want to commend you.
Thank you.
Such a
Thank
wonderful
you.
young man. Oh my goodness. So Jordan, this last question, then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. But is there anything else that you would like to add?
Oh, I've said everything. Um, just just push forward. Just be strong. There are days where you just don't want to do anything. There are weeks that you just won't do anything. You just feel like there's too much going on, and you can't. You just don't have the energy. However, you you have to do my motto in life is do it now so you don't have to do it later.
I love that.
Get things taken care of now so you don't have to worry about it later. Right now in college, I just have to worry about my grades
Yep.
and my performances, learning music, and having a good time, and not worry about the financial struggles that some people might be experiencing. So do it now so you don't have to worry about it later.
Oh, I love that. Another mic drop from the Harrell family. But thank you so much for your time on this interview. I'm sure you've given so many great things for parents and students to think about. So, for anybody watching, if you would like to also be part of our She Edits family, all you have to do again is just go to sheeditsllc.com, SheEditsllc.com. We have a workshop, and then we also have our full program where again you can get assistance through coaching, through courses, through a daily scholarship, through customized scholarship lists, through essay assistance. We try to provide every type of assistance that you'll need to be successful. Glory be to God, we've helped students win. We're I think now we're more like we're over $2 million in scholarships. They keep coming in. I need to go through and add them up again, but I know it's about like 2 million or over. So we would love to be able to help you, love to be able to help your family. You heard it firsthand from the Harrold family. And so thank you again for your time. Anybody else, we look forward to working with you soon, Lord willing. Have a great day and a great evening.